Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to this presentation on statistical process control tools in quality control, specially prepared for the subject SFB4123 quality control. My name is NURUL AYUNI and today I'll guide you through what SPC is, its importance, the 7 basic tools used in quality control, and how real-life companies like Toyota apply these tools to achieve excellence. There will also be a couple of interactive moments to keep you engaged. So let's begin. Statistical process control, or SPC, is a technique that uses statistical methods to monitor and control a process. The main goal is to ensure the process operates efficiently, producing products that meet quality standards with minimal waste. By collecting and analyzing data during production, SPC helps detect unusual variations, making it easier to correct problems before defective products are made. This reduces costs, improves consistency, and helps companies maintain high-quality outputs. So why is SPC so important? Because it helps companies solve quality problems before they grow. By understanding what's happening in a process, you can take action at the right time. This reduces rework, customer complaints, and waste. SPC tools are especially popular in industries like automotive, food, electronics, and even healthcare, where quality and consistency are critical. To apply SPC, we use 7 basic tools that help identify problems, analyze data, and suggest solutions. These tools are check, sheets, Pareto charts, histograms, fishbone diagrams, scatter diagrams, control charts, flow charts. Let's explore each of them with practical examples. Tool 1, check sheet. This is a simple and effective way to gather data. Imagine a worker recording how many dents or scratches appear on a product during a shift. This real-time data helps spot trends or frequent defects over time. Tool 2, Pareto chart. This bar chart helps prioritize problems. Based on the 80-20 rule, it shows that 80% of issues often come from 20% of causes. For example, if most defects are caused by just 2 machines, we know where to focus. Tool 3, histogram. A histogram groups data into ranges to show distribution. In quality control, we might use it to see if product weights are mostly within specifications. It helps us visualize variation quickly. Tool 4, fishbone diagram, also called the Ishikawa diagram or cause and effect diagram. This tool finds the root cause of a problem. It breaks problems down into categories like manpower, methods, machines, materials, environment, and measurement. This makes it easier to target the real issue. Tool 5, scatter diagram. This chart shows if 2 variables are related. For instance, does temperature increase defect rates? By plotting data, we can identify patterns or correlations that lead to deeper analysis. Tool 6, control chart. Control charts are used to monitor a process over time. If data points move outside the control limit, it indicates that something unusual is happening. This allows early action before the quality drops. Tool 7, flow chart. Flow charts map out a process step by step. This helps. Let's take a deep dive into a real-world example. Toyota, a company globally renowned not just for its cars, but for its pioneering approach to quality management. Toyota's quality philosophy is based on Kaizen, or continuous improvement, and statistical process control, SPC, is one of the cornerstones of how they bring that philosophy to life on the factory floor. This case takes place in Toyota's engine assembly plant, where precision is critical. Even a tiny error can cause engine failure, which is not just costly but dangerous. So how does Toyota prevent problems before they occur? They use SPC tools throughout the entire process, from component supply to final inspection. Step 1, collecting data using check sheets. Every shift begins with workers filling out check sheets to to track the number and types of defects encountered. For example, valve misalignment, oil leaks, or improper torque values. These sheets are standardized and easy to use, making it efficient for operators to log real-time data while working. After several weeks, Toyota noticed a recurring pattern. Certain types of defects appeared most frequently during night shifts, indicating a possible problem with either staffing or environmental conditions. Step 2. Continuous monitoring with control charts. The next tool used is the control chart, one of the most powerful SPC tools. Toyota tracks specific, for instance, does temperature increase defect rates? By plotting data, we can identify patterns or correlations that lead to deeper analysis. Tool 6. Control chart. Control charts are used to monitor a process over time. If data points move outside the control limits, it indicates that something unusual is happening. This allows early action before the quality drops. Tool 7. Flowchart. Flowcharts map out a process step by step. This helps. Let's take a deep dive into a real-world example. Toyota, a company globally renowned not just for its cars, but for its pioneering approach to quality management. Toyota's quality philosophy is based on Kaizen, or continuous improvement, and statistical process control, SPC, is one of the cornerstones of how they bring that philosophy to life on the factory floor. This case takes place in Toyota's engine assembly plant, where precision is critical. Even a tiny error can cause engine failure, which is not just costly but dangerous. So how does Toyota prevent problems before they occur? They use SPC tools throughout the entire process, from component supply to final inspection. Step 1. Collecting data using check sheets. Every shift begins with workers filling out check sheets to track the number and types of defects encountered. For example, valve misalignment, oil leaks, or improper torque values. These sheets are standardized and easy to use, making it efficient for operators to log real-time data while working. After several weeks, Toyota noticed a recurring pattern. Certain types of defects appeared most frequently during night shifts, indicating a possible problem with either staffing or environmental conditions. Step 2. Continuous monitoring with control charts. The next tool used is the control chart, one of the most powerful SPC tools. Toyota tracks specific metrics, such as the piston ring clearance or crankshaft balance, and plots the data on a control chart over time. When they noticed that some values were beginning to trend near the upper control limit, even though they were still technically within specifications, they investigated immediately. Sure enough, one of the machines was slowly drifting out of alignment. Without the control chart, this might Step 5. Taking corrective action. Toyota doesn't believe in simply shifting blame. Instead, they invited the suppliers team for a joint training program, shared quality standards, and co-developed updated inspection checklists. Within 6 months, defect rate in that production line dropped by over 40%, and productivity actually increased. That's the power of using data, not just to spot problems, but to build stronger systems and relationships. Additional insight, flowcharts and process mapping. Toyota also used flowcharts to remap the supplier's component production steps. By doing this, they noticed that 2 inspection stages were being skipped during high-volume orders. This helped the supplier restructure their workflow to ensure quality was checked consistently, even during peak production times. So, what can we learn from this? Toyota's example shows us that SPC tools are not just technical, they are practical, human-centered, and results-driven. By combining statistical analysis with teamwork and accountability, Toyota was able to turn insights into measurable improvements. That is effectiveness. It was the creative DKT sense distinctions, but even more importantly, these tools foster a culture of continuous improvement. Workers are empowered to spot trends, report issues, and participate in quality discussions. Engineers are trained not just to solve problems, but to prevent them. And management to guide decisions rather than relying on assumptions. From a quality control perspective, this is a textbook success. Let's take a moment to reflect. Question: if you were a quality manager and your product gets many customer complaints about cracks, which SPC tool would you use first? A Pareto chart or a fishbone diagram? Pause the video and think for a few seconds. Answer tip: start with a Pareto chart to confirm if cracks are the biggest issue. Then use a fishbone diagram to find the root causes. Everyone, let's begin with a brief quiz to assess your understanding of statistical process control tools. Please listen carefully. Hey everyone, let's have a quick pop quiz about SPC tools. That's statistical process control, used to improve processes. Here's the question: which SPC tool helps you see a cause and effect relationship between two variables? Is it A, Pareto chart, B, scatter diagram, C, histogram, or D, check sheet? Think about it for a sec. Got your answer? The correct choice is B, scatter diagram. Why? Because a scatter diagram is a simple but powerful graph that plots two variables against each other, so you can see if there's a relationship. For example, it can help us figure out if room temperature affects packaging glue failure. If the dots on the graph form a pattern, like going up or down together, that's a sign one thing might be causing the other. It's super useful because instead of just guessing, you get a clear visual clue about cause and effect. So, when you want to understand how one factor influences another, the scatter diagram's your go-to tool. Imagine you're working in a factory packing biscuits, and recently some packets are coming out underweight. What tool would you use first to check what's going on? Is it A, histogram, B, fishbone diagram, C, control chart, or D, check sheet? Take a moment to think. The correct answer is C, control chart. Why? Because a control chart tracks the weight filling process over time and shows if it's staying consistent or if something's going off track. It helps you spot trends or sudden changes before problems get worse, so you can fix them quickly and keep those biscuit packets just right. Before we conclude, let's take a moment to reflect on how quality control, including statistical process control, SPC, aligns with both NACLI and ACLI perspectives. From a NACLI point of view, Islam highly emphasizes precision, responsibility, and integrity in all work. In Surah At-Tawbah, verse 105, Allah says, "And say, do as you will, for Allah will see your deeds, and so will His Messenger and the believers." Surah At-Tawbah 9:105. This verse reminds us that whatever we produce, whether goods or services, must be done with sincerity, quality, and accountability. Quality control, therefore, is part of ihsan, doing things with excellence. From an ACLI or rational perspective, using tools like control charts, histograms, and Pareto charts helps organizations make data-driven decisions. This minimizes errors, enhances efficiency, and improves product quality, which aligns with the Islamic principle of avoiding harm, darar, and promoting maslaha, public benefit. Combining these two perspectives, we understand that pursuing quality is not only a professional duty, but also an ibadah, a form of worship when done with the right intention. To summarize, we have explored the fundamentals of statistical process control and its 7 basic tools. These tools support continuous improvement, reduce errors, and help industries maintain product quality. Real-world examples such as Toyota show how impactful SPC can be. Behind the scenes and credits. This video was prepared for the course SFB4123 Quality Control under the guidance of Dr. Azira Binti Khalil, University Science Islam Malaysia, USIM. Special thanks to myself for the production and narration, our lecturer for the inspiration and support. The references are Montgomery, DC, 2019, Introduction to Statistical Quality Control, Goach D.L., and Davis, S.B. 2020, Quality Management for Organizational Excellence, ISO 9001-2015 Quality Management Standards, Toyota Production System Publications, Quran, Surah at-Tawbah 9, 105, Islamic Naqli Reference, Al-Quran, Surah Al-Mulk, 67, 3-4. He who created the seven heavens one above another, no want of proportion will you see in the creation of the most gracious. So turn your vision again. Do you see any flaw? This video was prepared as a learning assignment for week 10, and I hope it benefits all viewers seeking to enhance their knowledge in statistical process control tools.